Hi guys, good morning. It is March 30th. It's actually 9:35. So we're just gonna get straight into it. So on the daily, well, first of all, price ended up breaking this trend line. So let's go ahead and edit that. And it also retested the trend line. So this is what we got now. Price found support here. So let me add my line here. I might move this one because I don't know what this was for. Oh. Okay, cool. So price found some support here. Go down to the 1 hour. That's a bullish candle. Price came down. Found some support, which is this trend line. But on the 1 hour, hold on, I'm missing my time frames. Hold on. So how did we skip to the 1 hour? All right, let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, price came back. It didn't come back to this zone, but it's doing something. Let's see. Oh, it came back to this 1 hour zone. Okay, let's make this 1 hour zone. It's coming out of that 1 hour zone. Definitely coming out the 1 hour zone. Oh, nice. Nice. So we didn't miss too much. Let's see if this candle closed outside this 1 hour zone. If price can break this structure here, well, let's see. Yeah, if price can break this structure here, then we could potentially be getting sells for the continuation for the downside. But let's see what price does. Okay, so also on the 1 hour, I did notice since price is on an uptrend, since price is on an uptrend, it could potentially be a demand zone that is coming back to. But let's see if it invalidates, because like I said, if it breaks the structure, then price wants to continue to the downside. So on the 5 minute, the zone is right here, so it's literally right in the 5 minute zone. It looks like it want to invalidate, but let's see. This is the 5 minute. It really looks like it want to invalidate. Okay. Ooh. That's close. It's very close. Hold on, let's zoom in. It's very close. If price closes outside the zone, If price close outside this zone, then we potentially could be going back up for buys. We need a full breaker structure. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure everything lines up. The only thing that's not lining up is that daily candle. For the daily candle to line up, we'll have to break this structure. So. It looked like it wants to close outside. Oh, no, it closed inside. Let's see. It needs to completely break the structure. There it is. So price wants to continue to the downside. This is a crazy drop. It's coming back. It's tapping on the 1 minute. Let's see. I might have to get in on the 1 minute, y'all. I got in like right here. There's a 1-to-1 right here. Let's see. It's just tiny though. Let me see what I could aim for. I just want to know, where are we going? Yes, I could hold it, but where would we be going? Let me look on the 1 hour. Yeah, we broke that structure. Where could we be going? I don't know. The 4 hour is bearish, but the daily is still. I could just let it run, because where is it? Okay, there's a zone right here. There's a zone right here on the 30 minute. And it's also a zone right here. It has to break that structure. Oh, it already hit the 1-to-1. I might hold it, y'all. I don't think these zones are strong enough. Yeah, it already broke that structure. And then, like I said, it's a zone right here. It's a 30-minute zone here. So let's see if it invalidates this zone. It closed inside the zone. And it's finally getting some pullback. So let's see. I got in on the 1 minute, so I'm already in it. I'm already in the thick of it. It is holding the zone pretty well, but it is closing inside the zone too. So I don't really care for 30-minute zones. Let's see it on the 15. Oh, okay, consolidated right here. That makes sense. So if I make it a 15-minute, yeah, it's gonna invalidate this zone. Okay, so where's the next zone? Where is price going? We do have this tiny zone right here. Let me wait for this one to invalidate. Yeah, it's about to invalidate. It didn't though. Let me get out. Wait. Well, hold on. Well, that invalidated. Okay. So let's see what the next zone is. It's a whole bunch of stuff on this 5 minute. I genuinely don't know. Let's go somewhere cleaner. It just invalidated that zone. There's a zone right here. We just gonna aim for this 3 to 3. I think that's a good aim. And we'll get out. And that'll be the trade for the day. I don't know if there's news or anything, but let me check. Oh, there was 9:30 news. Great. That's probably why it's dropping. Ooh, that's probably why it's dropping like that. Yeah, so we'll aim for the 3 to 3 and we'll be done. It's a great start to the morning. It's not bad at all. Or we'll wait till this candle closes and we'll get out. Okay, I'm almost done. We got in on the 1 minute, so let me watch it on the 1 minute. Oh, this was a beautiful Monday. Yeah, I can get out. We got that. That was pretty good, y'all. Let me move this to where we got out. Yeah, that was beautiful. Wow. Okay. That is the trade. That is the trade. Where is price dropping to? I genuinely don't know. But we caught some of it. So that's all that's all that matters. It's only 10 o'clock. So we did that in like 30 minutes, or let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We did that in like 10 minutes. So that was a 10-minute trade. I made $1,000 in 10 minutes. It's not too bad. Let's go over the trade. Let's go over the trade. So coming into the market on the daily, we did have some different biases because on the daily price was bullish. So price was going up on the daily because it came down, found support, started going up. But it also started coming down. In order for this candle to fully flip bullish, it has to break this structure, or at least flip back under this. It hasn't done that. So price is bullish on the daily. But then when you go down to the 4 hour, we seen the bullish, but then we had this bearish candle come in. So price opened here. Like I said, it went up. It was bullish, but then it started coming down. So it was bearish. So that told me, okay, price is starting to come down. If it broke a specific structure, which I'll go and put it back, that'll let me know price wants to continue to the downside. Cool. So the structure was, where was the structure? I don't know if it was on the 1 hour, but I know I did have a 1 hour zone. So I do believe it was on the 1 hour. So we had this 1 hour zone here. I don't think it was the 1 hour. I think it was the 15. But I'm gonna leave that here. And I said, if price breaks this structure, it wants to continue to the downside. So we had this 1 hour zone here. I'm gonna leave it there because, as you know, we were doing our top down analysis. So that lets me know that as I go down and I find consistent zones, I'll find the one that makes the more sense for the trade. So again, 1 hour zone. This candle wasn't here. But it was becoming bearish. So I wanted to see if price was going to hold the zone or invalidated the zone. Cool. So 30 minutes. Again, this was the zone. We didn't get all this yet. And then this is when I saw that there was a 5 minute zone. When I started to see there was like another zone that price could potentially be tapping into and possibly continue to the upside. So I put it on the 5 minute zone, which was this zone right here. I created a 5 minute zone. This will let me know, again, this will be like a second confirmation that price either wants to break or it's just coming down here and holding to go back up. Once price broke this zone and I noticed that price consistently was going down there, like price never gave us like a pullback, like a bullish pullback for sure. I said, okay, my zones were invalidated, so that's gone, right? It created a new zone, which was up here, but because price was falling so fast, I said, let me switch to the 1 minute zone to see if there's any zones in between. Switch to the 1 minute. Hold on. Well, I already switched it. So this is the area where price broke structure. It started pulling back, and then this candle broke structure and created this 1 minute zone right here. This candle broke this structure, created this 1 minute zone. I created my zone. Price closed outside the zone, but it was doing it pretty fast. Price closed outside the zone, closed outside the zone. I finally got in once I got the 2 close outside the zone. I got in, and I just aimed for 1 to 3. And the reason I aimed for 1 to 3, is because we're on the 1 minute zone. So, price is moving not as like fast or much as it would be if you were looking at a higher time frame. And then I was also following the zones on the 15 minute or the 30 minute. But either way, I was following the zones. So every time it invalidated the zone, because I honestly don't know where price is going. Every time price invalidated the zone, I said, okay, I'll aim for the next zone. Because price can come back to the zone. Like, as you can see, price came back to this zone. And now look at it. So I just followed the zones. Do I always do this? No. But again, like I said, the way price is falling, price could genuinely come all the way back down here. Price could come here and break. So I will say the 1 to 3 was just a clean guess. That's how much I was potentially willing to make. Plus, in my head, I kind of know the calculations for I kind of know the calculations for how much each tick is, or the ratio, if you guys remember, and I'll type it again. So if you guys remember on MNQ, each tick is worth 50 cents, and 4 ticks, which is 1 point, is $2. So 2 times, let's see how big this zone was on the 1 minute. It's really about to continue falling, but anyways, yeah, this was a tiny zone. Okay, so this says it's a 30-point stop loss. That's what I was willing to risk. So 30 times 2, that's $60. So a 1-to-1 with one contract would be $60. But I aimed for a 1-to-3. So that's 180. And I put in 7 contracts. So if I would have stayed for the full 1-to-3, that's potentially how much I would make minus the fees. So that's how you calculate your risk management. But like I said, I seen how small the zone was, and I did it on the 1 minute, so I knew it wasn't much at all. Compared to maybe, and even this zone isn't that big. I don't know why it's calculating like that though. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong number. It's calculating right. Yeah, that zone is even small. But compared to like a big zone, like maybe something like this, I wouldn't aim for this whole zone with 7 contracts, because this would be a lot, 137. So let's just say 140, right? If we had a 140 stop loss, it's 140 times 2. That's 280 if we only put in 1 contract. That's not bad. But if our account can't manage that, that is kind of bad, right? But then we put in 7 contracts. That's almost $2,000 worth of, that's a $2,000 risk, basically, if we lose. But if we win, that's a $2,000 win. And that's just for and that's if we put in 7 contracts. So it could easily add up 7 contracts for a 1-to-1. And then of course, like if you were aiming for a 1-to-3, multiply that by 3, that's $5,880. So it can really add up, especially when you add contracts, and especially when you aim for, like I said, like a 1-to-1 and those type of things. So it's good to know like how much you're risking. I think I said this in the last video, and it might really be important. It's good to know how much you're risking, or at least know how big of a zone, how big of how many ticks or how many points you're willing to risk. Like I know for sure I don't like, once it start hitting like 75, I get a little like probably won't use the whole zone. But as the account size grow, my risk size will grow. But still, I definitely prefer the smaller zones regardless. The smaller zones do heat up really well. But, yeah. So, that's that. I don't know what else I could explain. The trade was the trade. That 3 hour, not 3 hour, that this aiming for the 1-to-3 was perfect, because as you can see, price is now starting to go up. So whatever zone that was on the 30, or was it 15? Yeah, this little zone right here, as you can see, it done heated up. This one right here, actually. So, and it could just be a pullback. We don't know, but yeah, that's the trade, y'all. I'm thinking about, this video is longer than it needs to be, but I'm thinking about adding the Asian session for people that work, so they can see how the market moves at nighttime. That is around the time where I start to get my kids ready for bed and all that stuff, showered, fed, and all that. So if I did do the Asian session, it would I probably wouldn't get on when the market opens at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It'll probably be around 8 p.m. Eastern time. I do have to see how the market moves around that time because, again, I don't trade that time. So I don't know how market moves, so I have to decide whether or not I want to, or what happens around 8 o'clock. I don't know. But if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I just need more people to tell me they want that. Only one person asked, and that is a big ask. Only because, like I said, I put my kids to sleep around that time, so I would be getting on pretty late. And the only other option would be early morning, like London session. Yeah. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, and then I could add that in. Outside of that, that was today's trade. I will see you guys tomorrow.